Hi guys, it's me, Tammy, and I'm here with my summer reading list. But really quick, I want to share with you a few things that I do to make sure that I read a little more. So every single day, no matter what, I read one chapter in a book. Every single day, without fail. That really does, even if you're not a reader, you can most likely get a book done a month, which is great for most people. I used to be one of those people that could finish a book almost like every 2 days, every 3 days. Now that's not really the case, but I do generally finish a book a week. And how I tend to do that is, like I said, I read one chapter a day, and then Saturdays and Sundays I usually designate a little more reading time. And if I have some downtime before bed, I'll sneak in another chapter. But on average, at least get one chapter in a day. That's really, really helpful for making your way through some books. So I'm going to tell you the books that I've already read so far this summer, and then I'll tell you which ones I'm going to be working my way through. So this first one is You Deserve Each Other. It's about an engaged couple. It's a very, very much a rom-com. It's about an engaged couple that doesn't really like each other too much, and they're trying to find ways to get out of their wedding, but they're trying to make the other person give up first. It's cute. I love rom-com books, so for me it's a win. It was a really good book. I really liked it, and I got this at Target. Most of the other books that I'm going to mention here I got from the Lip Bar though. Okay, this next book is The Guest List, another book that I got from Target. And it is about once again, it's about a wedding that's taking place, and it's told from the perspective of 5 people that are either in the wedding or attending the wedding, and a murder happens, and you're kind of trying to figure out who the killer is. But it's not like a super scary mystery, so it's not going to keep you up at night or anything like that, but it is going to have you guessing. The last few chapters I was kind of like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. It wasn't like super suspenseful, but I thought it was pretty good. Okay, now I always keep one book on my nightstand, and well, technically my dresser, but my nightstand. And this is generally the one chapter a night that I read. Usually I read a chapter at work on my lunch break, and then I usually read a chapter at night too, or at least I try. And it's usually some kind of self-help book, like a book that it doesn't bother me if I put down and pick up in a few days, put down and pick up. But I find for me, like fiction or anything too engrossing, I have a really hard time picking up and putting down. So the book on my dresser or night table is usually something that is either light or not too, yeah, light is the best way to describe it. So this is Fit Girl. If you guys don't know who she is, oh my gosh, check her out. Her name is Melissa. She's Fit Girl Mel on Instagram. That's how I came across her. She is Kim Kardashian's personal trainer. Honestly, I started following her way before that because she actually is based out of New York. And it's a full program on how to get your body back on track. Not gonna lie, I haven't done any of it besides the meal portion of it. But I did read like the discipline, like I finished the book, and I did read like the discipline part and everything. But most of the workouts in here, you can't do them right now. Well, at least in New Jersey you can't do them right now because their gyms are closed. And all of the workouts that she mentions in here are for the gym, which is the only downside to this book, because I know a lot of people when they first jump into fitness, they aren't necessarily ready to join a gym. So it would have been nice if she would have had some like at-home workout stuff. But her Instagram does have a ton of at-home workouts, so we may want to check that out. But I really did like this book. Once the gyms reopen, I will be checking it out, and I will be doing some of the workouts. And what's super helpful here is she even has like pictures on how to do the moves. So that was super helpful. Okay, the rest of these books that I'm about to show you are all from the Lip Bar, which is based out of Brooklyn, New York, except for one book. Of course, Target. I mean, Target gets me every time. Okay, so this book, which is what I'm currently reading right now, is The War Against Puerto Ricans. It is all about the political history of Puerto Rico, but told kind of in a, it is like a history textbook, but I don't know, something about the writing makes it I'm very intrigued. It's not just like, I was a terrible history student. I'm not even gonna pretend. I hated history so much. I mean, so much. I was basically a straight A student I know, every single subject I aced. History, I just detested. There was just way too many facts to memorize, and I felt like nothing really had rhyme or reason, nothing linked. All of the stories in this book and all of the facts link. So they start off with one person, and then in the next chapter they introduce you to somebody else, and that person is linked back to the first person. So I don't know, I just find it very interesting. Also, my mother's from Puerto Rico, and I visited Puerto Rico last year, so I just find it super fascinating. Now, the rest of these books I can't give you a lot of details on because I haven't read them yet, but I picked them up because they're super interesting. So this is another Target find. I'm telling you, the Target books get me every single time. Like, I don't think that I leave Target ever without picking up a book. Like, ever. I always want it all. I swear, like, one Christmas, you know what would be like the best Christmas gift for me, or like the best birthday gift? For someone to buy me like all the rom-com books from Target. I would love that. I would love that. Okay, so this is a book about two parents that are basically trying to get their child into a private school, and it turns into some kind of rom-com thing. I don't know, super interesting. It's definitely going to be the next book I pick, or the next book I pick up to read, because this book is super heavy. So I usually like do heavy then light, heavy then light. So I'm going to move on to this. This is going to be the next book that's on my dresser, and it is the Alicia Keys Tears for Water, and it's her poetry book. I got super interested in this when I read the Alicia Keys other book that she had. I believe it's called As I Am. I'll put a little thing here. I lent that book out, but I really enjoyed that book too. It's based on like how she got into her music career and how she met her husband and having her children, and just I found it super fascinating. If you're a fan of Alicia Keys, then you'll enjoy that book. And this is her poetry book, so this will be what I keep on my nightstand just for like a light read. I could probably finish this super quickly because the poems are super short. And then I also got another poem book, and this is Latinext, and it's the BreakBeat poets. I really have no idea who they are, but I did see that it was affiliated with the NotARichGirl poetry, which I loved when I visited in New York. So I picked that up. Again, another poetry book. It'll be on my dresser, and it's all written from a Latin perspective. Next book I picked up is White Fragility. You may be wondering why the heck I picked this book up, because clearly I am a person of color. However, I am very aware that I have a lot of privileges that Black people do not have. So I want to be more aware, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with educating yourself a little more, so I thought I'd pick this book up. And last but not least is Clap When You Land. You can definitely tell I was going for like some kind of, I guess, Spanish theme. You know what it is? When I was on the Lit Bar website, I can't say I've ever seen so many books from a Spanish perspective before. Like when I go to Barnes & Noble, there isn't like a Spanish section, not like this anyway, from, you know, Latin American authors. So when I saw these books, I was like, yes, I need them all. So this is Clap When You Land, and it's about two sisters that come together and they only find each other when their father passes. They seem to be very young. I think they're probably high school age, and I think they kind of, the point is they kind of go back and learn more about their father together and learn about each other also. So those are my summer reads. I will probably be done with all of these by the end of August. So yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good summer read list. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I will put the link below for Lit Bar and for all of these books. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.